I'll do my best. So are you guys ready? Is everybody excited? I want to hear in the comment section that you guys are excited. Are you excited to get started?
We're excited.
Okay.
Tell us where you're watching from and what do you hope to learn tonight? And we will be taking questions at the end. Shemane's agreed to do that. So look at that.
Okay. Oh. Here it is, you guys. I'm so excited that you're here. The name of this is How to Lose Weight Without Giving Up Cake, because who wants to give up cake? I mean, I don't. And I have found the solution, you guys. My goal for this webinar is I want to help people who want to lose weight, gain lean muscle, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit if our special guest is able to join us. He's having technical difficulties, but I'll introduce him in a little bit. And you know, as we age, I don't know about you, but I just want to feel better. And I want to do it all without a complicated system. So I want you to stay tuned for the health secrets that I promised you that I was going to provide you with. Those are coming up, so stay tuned. I want to tell you a little bit about my story and why I'm here. In college, I was a cheerleader, and you might think, oh, wow, you know, she's still kind of in shape, but our standards have changed over the years, you guys. Right here in this photo, I was 30 pounds heavier than I am now. And you can judge that by looking at the guy who's holding me up. Look at his waist compared to my waist. He's actually smaller than I am. And if you think about carrying around two 15-pound dumbbells with you all throughout the day, that's what that was like. And when I was in college, I'll tell you, I was addicted to chocolate chip cookies. I remember getting up in the morning and I seriously would make chocolate chip cookie dough just to eat the dough for breakfast. I mean, that's how bad it was. And I even tried a cookie diet. I mean, I like cake. I like all of that stuff. But I tried fad diets as well. I tried everything from starving myself to wrapping my body in saran wrap and going into the sauna. And yeah, I lost weight, but it didn't stay off. Eventually, you guys, I was able to figure out how to maintain a weight, but I always struggled. I mean, I would gain, after I got married, I would gain 10 to 15 pounds at a time and try and lose it. I hear you, Danielle. And this was a prenatal video that I did. I've been a group fitness instructor since 1980. And right there, you guys, I'm rocking a thong leotard. But this video is called Rockabye. And I wanted to share all my secrets for healthy living with other people. And, you know, I also gained weight. I gained 35 pounds when I got pregnant. And the main reason why I'm here is my home that was once featured on MTV Cribs was contaminated with toxic mold between the walls. If you ever see that MTV Cribs special, the house that you see in this photo no longer stands. And off to the left, there's a little darker brown. That was our pool house. And there's a guitar-shaped pool that was right there. None of that's standing anymore. I was diagnosed with having pre-emphysema, and I don't smoke. Our son Rocco was on breathing treatments and he had severe allergies and asthma, and Ted got sick too. And you guys, even if you don't have a problem with being exposed to toxic mold, the one thing that I found interesting is that we are all exposed to contaminants in our air, soil, and water. Eventually, I got healthy again. And I continued as a fitness instructor. And in fact, here I am with Beto Perez, the creator of Zumba. And I went on to develop a program for Zumba and for Curves. Here I am teaching instructors from all over the world. I went from Australia to Paris to London and every state in the United States. And I had a blast. But I also had a secret, you guys. Right here, you can see when I was on stage, you can see some of the people in front of me. My sessions were 2 hours long. I'd have an hour break, and there was another session for 2 hours. And these were instructors top-notch instructors from all over the world who came to see this new presentation. And I had to look the part. Right here in this photograph, I'm 15 pounds heavier than I am now, even though weeks before this presentation, I starved myself. It wasn't healthy, and I was downing Red Bull drinks just to have energy. I was frustrated, and I still struggled with the effects of toxic mold poisoning. I still had chronic fatigue and chronic head pain, and often felt like just chronic pain all over my body. I had a problem, and I needed to find a solution. And then I met these two girls, Danielle and April, who I'm going to introduce to you later. And these guys changed my life because they talked about an easy-to-use system that I'm going to tell you all about in a little bit. They talked about an easy-to-use system that could change my life. And you know, I love this photo because even though, let's say you're not exposed to mold, toxic mold, this really sums up what we're all exposed to on a daily basis, whether it's, you know, toxins in the air, pollution, the trash. We're all ingesting it, we're breathing it in, we're tasting it with our lipstick and all the chemicals that we're ingesting. It's in our air, soil, and water. And, you know, years ago, our ancestors were blessed with something called the fight or flight response. And I love this photo because, okay, imagine it's a caveman, but it's a guy in a business suit running from a dragon. Our bodies are equipped with something called the fight or flight response, which we have a super amount of adrenaline surge that's designed to protect us, to help us get away from those dragons. But okay, let's say you're just a business person. If you're exposed to constant stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol cause an increase in blood glucose. And this photo is something that I totally resonate with, and I don't know if a lot of you guys do, but we try, especially women, we try to do it all. Here we have kids and we're trying to cook, and I love how she's holding a basket of fruit and vegetables. She's trying to be really healthy, and then in the other arm she's got her laptop, and then overhead she's trying to get her om on with being meditative and Zen-like and trying to be calm throughout it all. I don't know about you, but I just want to feel good. I want to have enough energy so I can do the things that I love to do, and I can be with the people I love and feel good all the time. Again, if you're here, maybe it's because you have a problem. You had a problem, and I hopefully will give you a solution. What April and Danielle introduced me to are superfood nutritions that will change your life. This is an example of just one of the products, and if you look at it, it's all natural. It's all natural superfood nutrition with no soy, no gluten, and adaptogens. And I'm going to tell you all about adaptogens in just a minute. Adaptogens protect the mitochondria from stress-induced damage, and they help maintain homeostasis and increase the body's resistance to stress. Now, this one product I cannot live without. The Ionic Supreme is a nutrient-rich tonic featuring a blend of adaptogens designed to protect against the negative effects of stress. And you know, I don't want to get all sappy here, you guys, but it supports clarity and focus. And in one of the ads, so to speak, that I did for this webinar, I talked about, I was going to share with you a spiritual awakening that I had. And I honestly believe this past year that I've been taking these superfood nutrition products, that I have had an amazing spiritual awakening and incredible clarity and focus in my life. Another one of the products, the Cleanse for Life. Again, imagine that picture with the tongue and all the toxins that we're ingesting. You don't have to be in a mold contaminated house. We are all exposed to toxins in the air, soil, and water. And this one product helps eliminate stubborn fat and helps the body's own detoxification process. Now, the Cleanse for Life has a lot of superfood botanicals, including aloe vera, licorice root and turmeric, whichever way you say it, turmeric or turmeric, and peppermint. And this is the person that I was going to introduce you to, but he could not be with us. It's Alvie Shepherd. And Alvie is a former Baltimore Orioles baseball player. And he went through, I wished he was going to be on. I was hoping he could be on. But you know, hey, it took me a while to figure this out. I'm technically challenged, and I think Alvie might be too. But Alvie has an incredible story, and that's one of redemption. After Alvie's injury and he was no longer a professional baseball player, he really had to kind of find himself again. And he found this superfood nutrition that has changed his life. And this is a before and after photo of how he put on amazing amounts of lean muscle. So I know some of you have mentioned that you don't want to lose weight. You don't need to lose weight. Well, look at this guy. He rocks. And I couldn't resist putting this photo in. This is me jumping on Alvie at one of our conventions. And that's the type of energy that I want to have. I want to be able to age healthy. And in this photo, I was 54, I think. I don't know how old Alvie is, but he certainly is just jam-packed with amazing amounts of muscle and energy. This is somebody that Alvie was coaching, Kimberly Joseph, who lost 50 pounds, you guys, 50 pounds. And here, I want to show you, in April, I might have you just talk at the end because I don't want to screw this up. But April has become my BFF and partner in crime. And April is not only the technical person behind all of this, but she has become such an amazing leader. And here's a before and after photo of her. She looks great. She's got a mom body, but you can see after, April did something called, what Alvie did, the Ice the Body Challenge, which obviously she frickin' rocked it. I mean, look at that, you guys. It's absolutely incredible. And I'm going to let April tell you a little bit more about her story in just a minute so I don't screw this up. Now I'm going to go on. I'm going to talk about Marc and Danielle. Look at this beautiful family photo. Marc and Danielle are going to talk to you in just a little bit too. And I'm excited for you to hear about their story, how they went from Wall Street traders, working it, I mean, hustling and bustling. And Marc's going to tell you his story about how toxicity affected him and how he was almost dying and came back, and they actually gave up this hustle and bustle of Wall Street, and they moved their family, and now they are focusing just on helping other people get healthy and happy. You guys, there's one thing that you can look at is if you want to continue with your old habits or you want to go on to new habits. I know, you know, we all think about, gosh, it's hard to make a change, you know, but it really isn't. At one point, it was difficult for us to learn how to brush our teeth, wasn't it? If we keep doing it over and over, we'll get the hang of it. And you know, many of you, and I'm included, I didn't know what to eat. Here I was freaking addicted to chocolate chip cookies and cake. And I realized it's not my fault. It's not your fault if you feel the same way. I mean, look at the salad compared to the cookies. Most people would like to have the cookies. But you know what? My life has changed so drastically that, yeah, I can have a cookie if I want it. But here's the funny thing. Once I started putting the superfood nutrition into my body, I had no more cravings. So here is the first secret that I was going to share with you. Diets don't always work, you guys. Once you start putting the superfood nutrition, and this was the first package that I started out with, and I'm going to tell you more about this later. Once I started taking these products, my life changed immensely. Secret number 2, it's not just about portion control. I mean, what happens is we restrict our portions, and then Thanksgiving comes along or a party and we want to indulge. It's got to be a lifestyle change. And again, remember what I was saying? It's not your fault if you have all these cravings. You're just not putting the superfood nutrition into your body to make that drastic change. if you don't deal with the root problem, you might end up binge eating on occasion. So the third secret I promised to share with you is, how do you get the superfood nutrition delivered to your door for free? Is that something that you guys would be interested in? Some people think they can't afford these products, but you know what, you guys, the real question is it worth making an investment in your health? Even if the products do half of what I've claimed today, give you more energy, help you build lean muscle, help people lose weight, isn't that worth a try? One of the things I love to do is charity work. And here I am with, have you heard of RG3, Robert Griffin III? He is a former Baylor University football player and NFL player. And he had asked me to do a Zumba class for one of his charities. And I was up on stage doing this Zumba class, and he was down in the front. There was one point where I have everybody do, basically, remember the old-fashioned can where we all hold hands and you kick? I decided to go down with him, on the floor with him, and start doing the can together. And look at the smiles, miles of smiles. You guys, I want to be able to do charity events. I want to have that health. And I think maybe that's something that you want to do too. What would it be worth to you to have enough health and energy to spend more time doing all of the things that you love to do, to have the time to do it, to have the energy, and to have the freedom? Well, I know what you're thinking. Oh, I can't do this. I've got so many things to do. But here we are back at square one. Are you here because you're frustrated? You don't want to eat the salads? Like, I get to the point now, I can't wait to eat a salad. I love eating healthy food because the superfood nutrition that I've been taking has eliminated all of my cravings. What we need to do is free our minds of negativity. I've had people say that, hey, I need to lose weight before I join a gym or come to your fitness class. I can't stick to a diet. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. Which excuse is something that you're thinking of? Would it be interesting to you to learn how to get your products for free? Here goes. This is how you can do it, you guys. First, number one, you join Isagenix. Number two, you share it with family and friends. And then you help them share it with their family and friends. That's it. The great thing is, I've been to so many restaurants, and you probably have too, that have great service and amazing food, and you tell all your friends about it, but the restaurant isn't going to give you a thank you check in the form of cash. They're not going to do that, are they? I mean, it's never really happened to me, ever. But Isagenix does that. Here's how you could do it. Think right now of the names of 10 people who want to lose weight, gain energy, learn about healthy aging, and perhaps creating an extra stream of revenue. Can you think of a few right now? You guys, there are solutions for everyone. There's weight loss, there's energy, there's performance, and there's healthy aging. And I'll tell you right now, I take part of all of these, and it's changed my life. Today, guys, today is the day that you take control of your life, and I know you can do it. The great thing is, there's a 100% money back guarantee. If you don't like anything for any reason, does that ever happen if you go to the restaurant? They'll give you your money back if you don't like everything. I don't know any place that's like that. So let me ask you, is it going to happen now, or is it going to happen later? Are you going to have the same conversation with your family and friends? I need to lose weight. I need to get more energy. Are you going to have that conversation in 6 months or a year? I don't know about you, but I don't want to go back to being 35 pounds overweight and being sick and tired of being sick and tired. I don't want to live like that anymore. My goal, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, is I want to help people. I want to help people who want to lose weight, gain lean muscle, and just feel better without a complicated system. This system is so simple that it's going to change your life, you guys. All you have to do is put the superfood nutrition into your body, not any crazy diets that don't work. I mean, I tried the cookie diet, the grapefruit diet, you name it diet, and it doesn't work. And if you're at that point where you've tried all those things too and more, diet pills and everything else that don't work, you're here for a reason. Here's what you get when you join. A system that's easy to use. It's scientifically proven products with a no compromise guarantee. Unique programs like I mentioned to you that April and Alvie had joined, called the Ice of Body Challenge, and so many other people. And there's another one called Healthy Mind and Body. You guys, we have a whole team to support you. You'll get motivational emails. You'll get online training. You'll be able to attend conventions with motivational speakers like Tony Robbins and bands like Maroon 5. But most importantly, you'll get support from professionals committed to your success and a community of healthy-minded people who have fun. I took this picture at our last convention where Tony Robbins was the keynote speaker. Because I took this picture because Danielle, whose hand is touching Tony, and she's going to tell you about it in a minute. She goes to a lot of Tony Robbins events, and it's just so amazing. I mean, to go to attend a Tony Robbins event could be, Danielle, correct me if I'm wrong, and you tell me in a minute, tens of thousands of dollars to be able to do that at one of Tony's events. But you guys, this is the price of what you get. This is what you get is world-class trainers. And this photo, like if I think about it long enough, it'll bring me to tears because in 1 year, in less than a year, these are people from my team like Clint and Brent and April and Danielle and Marc and Simon and Rachel and Damon and Todd and Jenna and Bob and Jody and Elizabeth and Sandy and Sherry and so many other people. And we had a nice dinner with just us. This is what you get. And another thing that we did is we had a training in my room, in my hotel room. I don't know how many hours, I think it was a couple hours long, where we all sat and talked about our plans and why we were there and what we hope to change. And so that's part of what you get, you guys. I don't know how you can put a price tag on that, on having that community. It's priceless. So the question is, are you going to stay where you're at, or do you want to make a change? Now, I talked about some popular packages, and there are systems that will help you. If you need help placing an order, for the people who are here that I invited, you can reach me at shemanehealthyhappy@gmail.com. And we're going to be so happy to help you place your order. But if you are here because someone else invited you, please follow up with that person. If you're interested, we can send you a video of how you can enroll all by your bad self. You guys, you can pick out your own flavors for all the shakes and the bars and everything. And this system is so easy to use. Now, here's the great thing. I promise you some gifts. If you place your order by midnight tonight, I'm going to send you a free gift, my 10-minute workout. And I hope you do, you guys. I can't wait for you to see it because this is my favorite exercises. Who's got time? I don't have a lot of time to work out, but 10 minutes, you can get an incredible, incredible workout. And imagine if you did that once a day or maybe even twice a day. But don't forget, you guys, email me tonight to get that. So I'm so glad you're here to learn the solution, how to lose weight without giving up cake. You don't really have to. But the great news is all you need to do is put superfood nutrition in your body. And it's not like I never want to have cake. I can have it whenever I want. I just don't want to have the whole cake. I don't have those cravings anymore. This is the pack, the photograph of the pack that I purchased when I first started. It's called the Healthy Aging Value Pack. And again, we're going to send you more information. All you have to do is email me or the person who invited you here. My email is shemanehealthyhappy@gmail.com. Hey, you guys, I'm so glad that you joined me here today. And I'm going to try and turn off my screen share. And hopefully see you guys. Can I hear? Okay. Are you there, April?
You had your special guest on, Shemane. Did you see him?
No, I didn't see him. Is he there?
Yes.
He's there. Alvie! Did I turn that screen share off right, April?
Not really, no.
No?
Close.
Okay, hang on. Yeah. Alvie, are you there? How about that?
There he is.
Yay! Alvie, are you there? Can you hear us?
Eagle still.
Yay! Hey, don't feel bad. It took me like, how long? 15 minutes to try and get this ball rolling. So Alvie, while we got you, I don't know if you saw the presentation. I'd love for you to tell your story. And I don't know, I kind of threw that out there about one of the people that you helped. So go ahead, take it away, Alvie. Is he there?
He's frozen.
And he in and out.
Okay, he's in and out.
Now he's out.
No. We tried. We were trying so hard to get him in here. Oh, he must have lost connection. April, I don't hear you either.
I turned my mic off. Now you can hear.
Oh, I'm so bummed. We had Alvie.
That's planned.
Alvie, are you there? See, this is live, you guys. This is what happens live. So, okay, Marc and Danielle, you're here, aren't you? Why don't you guys go ahead? I talked about you a little bit. Why don't you share your story?
Go ahead, boss.
Yeah, I'd absolutely love to. Thank you so much, Shemane. You know, you used the word change many times throughout the past 30 minutes. And very quickly, I will just share with you that, like, you know, we people like the human nature is to resist change, but change is the only thing that's constant, right, in our whole lives. And Marc and I have done a good job of testing every single side, if you will, of the marriage vows, right? So you stand up at the altar with your partner and you say, in sickness, in better and worse, in sickness and in health, and in richer and poor. And we've actually tested each area of those quadrants. And when we found Isagenix, or Isagenix found us, we were in a part of our life where things were changing rapidly. Marc was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Prior to that, 10 years, a decade before that, we were 9/11 first responders. We were exposed to all of the toxins in New York City, lived there, worked there. He had survived a heart attack, but was then diagnosed with cancer. And I thought to myself, gee, I need to cleanse the body. I need to make sure this body is not getting what is happening to that body. And at that time, Shemane, as you mentioned, we had come from a career on Wall Street and we weren't going back there. So I needed a mechanism at that moment to change our lives, both physically and financially. And when I grabbed onto this Isagenix, the company, we had done a lot of due diligence about it. We had done a lot of homework about the products and what is in them and why we could give them to Marc. He'll tell you a little bit about his journey with his body and what had happened. But we simply used this platform and this $5 billion company that's now in year 15 as a vehicle to transport us from where we were in our lives into where we needed to be, which was a healthier place in the future and a financially abundant place that could replicate what we had previously earned on Wall Street. So I'd love for Marc to share. And again, many people, as you mentioned, Shemane, needed to lean out. I leaned out the teeniest bit around that waistline and built some lean muscle in other places, although my guns are not quite as good as my partner April's because hers are amazing. But I'd love for Marc to share a little bit about his experience. And, you know, I can't say enough about the the law of attraction and how much you mentioned community, because for me, just to see the yes that we said 6 years ago, and how many thousands and thousands of people have been affected in a positive manner, paying this gift forward. We just had Thanksgiving, the month of gratitude. Now we're moving into a new year, and to see like who will come with us to a healthier, happier, more abundant place in their families' lives, both physically and financially, will be an amazing journey. So take it away, honey.
Thanks. Shemane, you made a lot of very, very good points on this webinar. That one that really stuck with me is people resist the cost. And as Danielle said, I've been through a heart attack and I've been through cancer. So if you want to price what a heart attack and what cancer cost versus the preventative, taking control of yourself before you get sick, before you, God forbid, if any of you, I don't wish it on anybody, but it's inevitable that it's going to happen to probably a third of us in the world, or United States, or in the world. But it can be prevented somewhat by your own due diligence and your own willingness to not go through chemotherapy and not go through any of the heart attack protocol that I went through. And also the afterwards, the medicines, the medicine you got to take for, at one point I was on 25 different medicines when I had a stem cell operation. It was, 7 in the morning, 8 in the afternoon, 10 at night. And that went on for months and months. And it's just, the cost is just impossible to keep up with, especially with what's going on with the healthcare industry, and people don't have health insurance, and God forbid anybody has to go through any of that. So the cost of joining us and getting that product into your body to hopefully prevent any of the diseases is minuscule. It's just
not clean.
Okay, I don't want to get slapped again. Isagenix does not claim to prevent, cure, diagnose, treat, or something else, any diseases. It's just food,
Healthy lifestyle. And
it's a healthy lifestyle. So real quick, Danielle said that we were first responders, 9/11. And it was a surreal experience for Danielle and I. We saw a lot that we still have memories of and nightmares of, especially when 9/11 comes close. And that was the beginning of when Danielle and I became more giving and more charitable. And we didn't want to go back to work on Wall Street. We thought that was our calling, but we needed to go back to make money and do things that we had family and obligations. But through that experience and through Isagenix, the contribution that Danielle and I have learned and taught our kids and taught other people, it's abundant through this company. The company has partnered with Make-A-Wish Foundation, and they've given, $3 million, $5 million?
Yes, yeah, I think we're up to almost $6 million.
Oh, almost $6 million back to Make-A-Wish Foundation just from Isagenix. We give every month. We give every time we can. And the community that Shemane was talking about that we met through this whole Isagenix experience, you can't beat it. So it's the nutrition it works. I mean, I take it from me. I've been through everything. I've been on this product for 6 years. I think there's probably 10 days in 6 years that I haven't taken any of the products. Danielle takes it, my parents take it, her parents take it, all 5 of my kids take it, my sisters, every generation. It could be for a 2-year-old, it could be for a 102-year-old. Again, like we were saying on the chat, it's just food. It's an upgrade. It's trading up for better food.
Marc and Danielle, can you speak for a minute on how this has changed your life financially?
Financially, when Danielle and I were on Wall Street before I had the heart attack in 2001, 2, and 3, we were making money that we never thought that a kid from Brooklyn and a girl from New Jersey. I don't have a college education. She does.
Not the biggest IQs on the planet.
We were making ridiculous money. We basically lost everything when the market crashed, along with a million other people lost everything that they had. And I was in the throes of depression. Lost my identity as a man. I was a stockbroker. I was good at what I did, and now there's nothing. I had nothing left. So we needed a lot of life coaching through programs in New York City, through Tony Robbins, to get our mindset back in. And we have made we are on track. I'm looking at the number now. We have a countdown that in probably mid-February, late February, we will become Isogenics millionaires, which means we made a cumulative amount of $1 million through Isogenics.
And I just want to add there, though, for the regular person who's listening, we did not know one thing about this industry. We did not know one thing about how to do this successfully.
We worked on,
We learned the skill set. So it's interesting because you think like, can you learn anything, right? Can you learn if you're coachable, right? Shemane, you didn't know Zumba, you knew other fitness, and then you learned Zumba, and then you started to get so good at it that it was like your jam, and you started to create, right? Ted knew how to play guitar, but then, he's just so uber talented, right? But someone else could pick up a guitar and start learning, right? You can learn anything you set your mind to. So I encourage the people out there that may be listening and say, well, you were successful because of this or this background or that background. It's not true. And if you read a fantastic book written by my BFF, April, who's going to speak in a moment, she will tell you a little bit more about her book. But we were interested in this industry, Shemane, because anybody can do it. You can learn the skills if you're coachable. And
there's no overhead,
right?
Zero overhead. We were on the New York Stock Exchange where our overhead was $100,000 a month before Danielle and I made a nickel. So going from that to zero overhead was an absolute no-brainer for me.
Right. And I'll just say lastly that it has taken us a number of years to earn $1 million, which is great, right? But what's so cool about it now, you guys, is that now that we kind of have the skills and we've learned and we keep learning more and more, the next million will come in half the time, if not less, which is crazy, right?
Where else can you
regular person?
Where else can you do that? And some of the people who were in that dinner that we had, there was Jenna, who does eyelashes. There was my seamstress, Rachel, who's she's really devoting full time now to just helping share these products with her family and friends. Thank you so much, Marc and Danielle. I'm so honored to know you guys and thankful that you guys have entered my life and we've all crossed paths and we've had a lot of fun times together and I can't wait for more. And April, go ahead, Marc.
No, I have to jump out. We have kids shuffling we have to do right now, so I'm out.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. And go ahead, April O'Leary, who is a best-selling author, and she's an amazing person. You know what? One of the things that I love most about April is that she's really calm when there's high crisis situations, like trying to get this webinar going. She just really calm, like I didn't know what I was doing. So I want to introduce you to my friend and partner, April O'Leary. April, take it away.
Well, thanks for having me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you've covered everything. I don't know what specifically you want me to share on other than
your story. Why are you here?
Why am I here? That's a big question. It's funny because I believe that life brings you to, certain junctures and you meet people at the right timing, and you may have planned out certain things and then you have a conversation or you go to a certain place and you meet somebody or you read a book and it changes your mind about something. And so I was on a path of life coaching and business coaching for 5 or 6 years when I met Danielle at a networking group here in Naples, Florida. And so she and I, just by chance, she came as a guest of somebody else, and I was a former president of this networking group, and I was sort of in and out, not as committed as I used to be, but I happened to go to this meeting, and she and I had a conversation afterwards as I was in the process of launching a whole nother course inside of this coaching business. And we just became friends, and we started working out together, and we shared a lot of similar interests, and one thing led to another, and I tried the products. And I remember saying, this is great, but I'm just not interested in the business. I have a business, so just so you know, And she never pushed it. She never, this is very much, and I always say Isogenics is choose your own adventure. There's not one right path for anyone. You can start out with the healthy aging pack. You can start off with the performance pack. You can start off as a customer. You can start off as someone who wants to be the next Isomillionaire. Really, you get to decide what it means to you, and that can change over time. And so for me, I started off purely as a customer. And then I started sharing with a few clients that I had. And then I started sharing with a few family members and a few, other people. And Danielle was kind of helping me out. And it was sort of like a side thing. And it was some nice side money. And then it sort of grew into more. So it's been a slow journey for me. And I really have found that the home business industry that is available through Isogenics is just a great way to have a home business. And especially, it's online, and you don't need to carry any inventory, and you don't need to deliver any products, and you don't need to have a high overhead. And it just makes sense in the world we live in with e-commerce and the health crisis that we have, as Shemane's talked about so beautifully in the webinar. We just are living in a time where we're high stressed, our food sources are nutrients depleted, and we need to look at supplementation. Because what we're eating just really isn't good enough. So that's why I'm here, is to pay it forward. I feel great. I feel better at 40 than I did at 20. And I just look to continue living a healthy, happy life and having great experiences with amazing friends like Danielle and Shemane. And so many of our team that's on here tonight. Thank you guys for being on.
Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm sorry we couldn't bring you Alvie Shepherd. He's been trying this whole time. I'd see him come on for a minute or two, and then he'd go off. But maybe next time we'll have him back. He can be on live with all of us. But I'm so thankful that each and every one of you are here today, and I hope you take a minute to get back with the person who invited you. And if you came because you saw me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever, you can email me at shemanehealthyhappy@gmail.com, and we'll help you get started. The funny thing is, I told April and Danielle when I first started this, I don't have time. Don't even come at me with all this. Did I not, you guys? You're laughing. I'm like, I don't have time. I produce a weekly TV show, trying to keep up with my husband. I'm writing books. I'm teaching fitness classes. I'm going all over the world. I was in Japan in October. I'm doing all these things. But the great thing is, you fit this into your life in pockets of time. And what will happen is, once you start taking the products and you start feeling amazing, and whether it's you want to release extra pounds or you want to gain lean muscle, people are going to notice, and they're going to want what you have. And so that's how the business end starts, but that's how you get your products for free, just by sharing it, which is so amazing. So April, where did you go?
I was just going to say, I just had this thought right now. So I was looking at my shelf. I have 5 copies of my book here. And so for the first 5 people who buy their package tonight, I will be happy to sign a copy of the book and send it to you in the mail.
And you know what? You're not going to believe this.
Tell me.
I swear to God, I have 5 copies of my book.
No, are you serious?
That's all I have. Like, literally all I have in my home is 5 copies. So we'll do that too.
So that's a
copy of books. You've got to email me tonight, shemanehealthyhappy@gmail.com, or go ahead and register by your bad self, and it's easy to do. We'll send you a video if you'd like, but you can go to isogenics.com, and for me, I would be the enrolling sponsor. If you came here because of me, April, Danielle, look at Danielle.
I just show that. So Danielle's actually in the book, and her story is in there also.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's been an honor and a privilege and a learning experience. Next time, we have all that stuff, but that's why it's kind of fun doing it live. Like, you never know what happens, but a lot of this stuff, you just can't script. It's real life, and we're real people with real challenges, and we really want to help you guys. Really, that's why we're here. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'll connect with you on my email, shemanehealthyhappy@gmail.com, and I hope to hear from you guys tonight. Any last words, April and Danielle?
No, thank you so much, everyone, for your time. We really appreciate you.
Are you ready to do this all together? You ready?
Hold on, which way are we going?
This way.
This
Okay,
way?
ready?
Bye.